Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got another DCC install I'm going to be doing today. I've got the Dapol track maintenance car. This car basically does a lot of things. You can do scrubbing the track, polishing the track, you can vacuum anything off of the track, which is going to be my main focus for this particular maintenance of way car. Now Atlas used to make one of these cars, and it really had some really bad reviews, but from all the research I've done with the Dapols, looks like positive reviews overall. And I've seen some videos on the vacuum, the scrubber and everything, and it looks like to be a good unit. So I picked one up because we're going to be creating a maintenance of way train that will involve this guy vacuuming up all the debris from the tracks, and then we'll have the center line, if I remember correctly, brass tanker units. No, it's not center line. It's the, yeah, I think it's center line, but anyways, I'll do another video on that particular unit when I get it. A lot of people were recommending it on the interwebs, and then got a couple other cars that we'll be using to be like the ultimate cleaning train when it comes to the track. So I'm excited for that. But anyways, I've got my decoder here. It's going to be a DH166 Papa Sierra here from Digitrax, or PS. And it should be hopefully a quick install. It's going to be an 8-pin assembly that we're going to be doing here for the Dapol. So let's go ahead and crack this open, get this disassembled, and put a decoder in it and see how it goes. Alright, so we've got a box there. This is all the instructions on how to, what I'm going to be following to make sure we can get the DCC operation. As you can see here, there's the chip, and 58-bit chip of your choice, and then we'll just install it there. So I'll be following those instructions so that we can go from there. Alright, so we're going to get the unit out, remove our protective plastic here, and here is the units. You got on-off button here for the vacuum. I'm going to run it via DCC, which is why I need to convert it first, and this is the little canister where all the debris will get vacuumed into. And so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Move this aside. Alright, so grab my screwdriver kit here. I'm going to go ahead and get going. Alright, so it looks like the first step, we need to remove a wheel. So we got to remove this wheel back here. Alright, so we got the wheel removed, and then we're going to grab, looks like this assembly we got to take off. So it's this screw right here. So we're going to just take it off, so that way we can get to these bottom screws down here. So there's 2 screws right there. I'm probably going to need a smaller screwdriver. There we go. So that's 1. And that is 2. Alright, so now when we flip it over, okay, gotta be very careful here. Pop these screws out. We can get to this top unit. Alright, so visit the instructions here. Remove the top cover. Alright, and I tell you what, I'm just going to ignore what I did. Just realized I took off the wrong side, stupid me. Let me go ahead and put these screws back in here. I thought I had the right side, looking at the instructions, but nope, I did not. And, you know, we always make mistakes, we learn from it. It always helps to have magnetized screwdriver set. Let's go ahead and put this back. So I'll basically redo what I did. And again, we're all human. You make mistakes. That's how we learn. Yeah, so that is... Get this, make sure I didn't pinch anything here. I think we got that wire back to where it needs to go. Don't see any damage. Okay. Okay, now we got that back secure. Put this back over here. Okay, and we'll put this screw back, not screw, the conductive wheel here. Alright, so now, it should have been this side I needed to get to. Alright, let's try this again. So we take this screw out, or I don't know why I keep calling these screws. They're not screws, they are wheels. Take the wheel out, take the truck out. Okay, and then okay, so we're gonna get this screw, and then we're gonna get the other screw. Okay, so that should loosen the top cover. Aha, and there is our pin assembly. So that is making a lot more sense. Alright, so this right here, you can put fluids in here, but I'm not going to put fluids in this one. This is going to be just for a vacuum for the track. And then we've got our dummy plug right here. We're just going to take out. And that should reveal our 8-pin chassis there. We can plug in our decoder. So I'll set that aside. Try to reassemble this a little bit here. Okay, let's see here. Believe I'll have to investigate that a little bit further. But anyways, let's go ahead and grab our decoder. Again, I am a complete novice when it comes to converting to DCC. So we'll see if this works. It's kind of a journey. So hopefully this helps for any of you guys that are just trying to dive into it like I am. Okay, now to my understanding, I don't think this has an orientation that matters because, let's see, we got 1 and 8 listed there. Okay, so that's what we need to do. So on this board, you can see there's no way you're gonna be able to see this, but the top left pin is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And right here, I've also see 1, 4, 5, and 8. So now I've got my orientation correctly. I'm gonna try not to bend these pins. Boy, these are finicky. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. Aha. Okay. So now we got our 8-pin. And now I'm going to try to see if I can sneak the decoder in here. This is a fairly big decoder. Okay. May have to pull some of this plastic back. Sometimes the plastic gets over the opening here. So I got to peel it back here. Just a bit. that should be enough. Let's see here. Try to get the orientation correct. Alright, and we got it all in the chassis there. So now the question is, how am I going to put this back without interfering with the button? So I'm hoping I can cradle it, not break any of these wires. Okay. Alright, now the next portion of this, I'm going to attempt. Okay, I don't think I need that piece. Famous last words, right? Alright, we were able to push the housing back. Good. Okay, so now I know what this piece does. It's like a little spacer. So it looks like it needs to go on top. You're not gonna cooperate with me, aren't you? And if I put this in here, there we go. And then we're gonna put this upside down and just work with it. Try not to get any pinched wires in there. Let's see if that works. See, push off. Okay, so that's not working right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure what this piece is. So I know I heard something loose in here. Interesting. Let me try something else. I think that does go there. Push in, push out, push it. Let me push in on that, and then reinstall this. Okay, there we go. And then it's really strange how that piece is not wanting to cooperate. Let's see. So you would think. Let me take a look at something. Maybe that's like a say. Let me see here. Yep, that's the blanking chip. And it just says to put it back all together. Okay. Interesting. Let's go ahead and put this piece back in then. This feels kind of weird. Okay, let's go ahead and reassemble this thing, and then we'll put a programming track, and then we'll go from there. Make sure I didn't have any cables in the way. Oh, looks good. All right. It's not too crazy. Okay, and then we'll put the wheel back in. Okay, there we go. All right, so in theory, this should work. So let's go ahead and take it to the programming track, and we'll program it. Alright guys, welcome back. So I did manage to figure out what was going on with this button here. I had it upside down when I was installing it, so I was able to put it back in, and we are good to go. See, push, on, off. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to program it. Now in the instructions it says the number on this should not match the locomotive that's towing it. Reason being is because if we apply more than 9 volts, it will melt the board essentially. So we're definitely going to put a number that is not, we're going to try to put one that's not common, but if I have an engine in the future that matches this million to weight vehicle, then I will definitely change the programming on it. So but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 9990, and then we'll just take it from there. So what I'm going to do is we definitely got kind of a new loco. We're going to read from the decoder, and if everything works correctly, we should be able to see a decoder type. And my PR4 is on, so I'm just making sure. Let's see, Digitrax. And this is what a DH166. Okay, let's try again. Okay, at least it's working. Let's see. Digitrax. Let me see here. Let's go Digitrax. Let's see. It's trying to read it. No acknowledgement from locomotive. Okay. Try one more time here. I wonder if I have to program on the main with this one. No acknowledgement. Okay, I need to troubleshoot. So let's take this off. This video is going to be a little lengthy, so I do apologize. But I kind of just want to show you my process of troubleshooting. Okay. I just want to make sure that my PR4 is working with a good, yeah, so it's able to read that locomotive, which is good. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to take this engine off. So I know for a fact that everything's working and everything's reading the way it should. And just make sure that my connectivity is good. try again. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, since this doesn't, it's basically, I'm not concerned if it's the decoder or the board. So what I want to try to do, I want to manually select the decoder and see if I can program it that way. This is what, a DH166. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. Getting closer. Let's see. Okay, so this is a DH166 Papa Sierra. So this was on the Series 6 with FXX, silent improved, all that. So that's where I found this decoder. So I'm going to select on this. I'm going to attempt to do a basic, let's see if I can read full sheet here. I'm hoping I can read just the basic functions. If not, what I'm going to have to do, because this is the important part, is I got to see if I can read the address. If I can't, yeah, no acknowledgement. Can't read it. It's not reading the CVs. No acknowledgement, not reading, yeah, it's not reading the CVs. Okay, what I'm going to have to do then is I'm going to do a little more research. I'm going to make sure I have all my pins connected. I'll reopen that up, and then I'll get back here to see if I have any progress with reading the decoder. So, be right back. Alright guys, so after a quick troubleshooting, I figured out the issue. So, there's actually an on-off switch on this engine, and I thought this was originally for like DC control. When you put DCC chip in, that it would, you know, not work. But again, me being naive, so you gotta push it in to make sure it is on, essentially. So when you push that button, we can read the CVs, and now it's working. Yay! So definitely something to know on the instructions. When you go to program, it really doesn't say anything about needing to press the on button when you decode. So and I'm just kind of glancing over here, and I don't see really anything about programming. But anyways, push that button before you program. It works. Okay, so we have the active address as 3. We're gonna go ahead and change that to 9990, and then we're gonna write full sheet. Okay, so now it is programmed to 990, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the sinister thing, and I'm actually going to mark it 9990 with a marker. But what I'll do, I'm gonna put it on the bottom for right now, just to remind me. So this is going to be 9990. What I would like to do in the future, I was thinking about actually writing it 990 on here, but I actually want to get decals so that way I can properly mark it on there. So for now, I'll do the better thing and just marking it 9990 on the bottom here, so that way I know that it is that number. Okay, so Again, just to make sure everything took here. Excuse me. Okay. I think what I want to do, let's see the short address. I don't care about the short, I want the long. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and then we're going to go from there. So let me do the roster entry. I'm just gonna call it the track vacuum, because that's what I want it to be. It's just gonna be MOW for maintenance away, row number. Again, eventually I'll put the decals on that says 9990. Manufacturer is going to be Dapol. Owner, again, it's going to be the good old Rayron, just for S&Gs. And then the model, yeah, I'll leave that blank for right now. So, okay, and we got the 9990. We're going to go ahead and write on this sheet. You can hear it chirping. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but it's chirping, and it's going to write all the information to the decoder. And once it's okay, we're good to go. Go ahead and close that up, save and close changes. So now our track vacuum is ready to go. So in theory, it should work. So let me just consult the instructions here, and then we'll put this on track and we'll try it out. Alright guys, so one thing that I forgot to mention is make sure I label my box here to make sure whenever I have a DCC decoder in there, so something I'm doing is making sure that I label it. The type is DH166 Papa Sierra, and with Digitrax. And one thing too that I always do, I've gotten into the habit of doing this, is don't leave your horn or not horn hooks, your you know, the little, man, I can't remember the name of that. I'm blanking on it. But anyways, the little hook that's down here, the air hose, I believe. Always make sure I bend it, because I do not want the gremlins to yank this, and then next thing you know, you're picking a switch. So I always make sure I curve these bad boys, so that way it doesn't become an issue in the future. So, alright, let's go ahead and put this on track. Alright guys, welcome back. I've got my track maintenance car here. I got my programmed here to 9990. And then the way this works is that you just gotta select it, and then your throttle adjusts the speed for the vacuum. Now you gotta be careful, you don't want to go all the way high, because there is a trigger in here that if it goes X amount of RPMs or short circuits, again, our circuit board can fry out. So you gotta be careful of that. So right now you can hear it. So right now I got it at step 636. You can hear the vacuum going. I'm going to go ahead and select our engine that's going to be pulling it, the number 26 Big Blow. Oh, no. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stop it, because I did not want to consist. So I was afraid I was consisting 9990, which I'm not. So I'm just going to step it at 30. And let's go a little higher. So 35, the vacuum is going. We'll slow it down a little bit. Okay, so the vacuum is going. And then we're gonna slowly take our big blow here, and we're gonna vacuum the track. And see how this works. See how much debris we can get from our track here. Now in the future, what I would like to do is there will be some more cars attached to this cleaning train. It'll be the tanker car that has the fluid, the brass tanker with the fluid drop in and everything. I can't remember. I think it's by Centerline. I can't remember. And then you got the one that rolls, and then we'll have some more cleaning pads. So this will be one complete train in the future. All right. Alright, so that is lap 1. So we're bringing over here back to the Pokemon station here. And yes, is it overkill for a 2-engine big blow to be pulling this little thing? Yeah, that's why I do it. But no, in seriousness, no. We'll have several heavier cars behind this train, which is why I actually need my big blow to actually pull it, because it's got a lot of traction, it's super heavy, got 2 motors. It is the ideal engine to really pull this special track cleaning train of the future. Yeah, I do apologize if it's a little dark. I'm still working on getting lighting squared away. Alright, as we pull up to the station here, we'll go ahead and see what this vacuum has picked up. Okay, so the vacuum is done. I'll be happy if this gets just a little bit amount of dust, because that just means that there is no dust, that particles is not going to be on the track. So let's see, and look at that. Look at all the debris and dust this thing picked up. That's actually incredible that it vacuumed all that up. And yep, there's a lot of dust in there. Look at that. See if I can get you guys into the light here. But yeah, that is all the dust, all the random particles from the track. Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with this. Yeah, so definitely a thumbs up as a vacuum. And that's the thing, I'm only going to use this as a vacuum because I'll have other cars in the future that you guys will see on this channel that will I'll basically have a car that has mineral spirits, and then we'll have a roller to pick up the mineral spirits that wasn't used, the excess amount, and then we'll have like 2 padded cars, maybe 3 padded cars to give the track a true shine. So that concept is going to be really cool. So with that, I am definitely impressed with this vacuum. So again, sorry it took a little bit longer. I am completely novice to this, but I'm hoping this video will help you guys out there. Again, kind of some lessons learned. The DCC decoders on this side, not this side, as it happened in the beginning of the video. Took the wrong side off. When you're decoding it, make sure you have the button pressed down in the on position, so that way it gets power to the unit, and that way we can program it. And then just program it not as the engine, so that's something else you got to take into consideration. So cool. And not to don't burn out your decoder. So cool. Hopefully this helps you. Have any questions, feel free to leave comments down below, and with that, I'll see you in the next video.